something like that. And another thing I gotta share about this experience doing the movie Magic Mike is that we shot it in 2 locations. We shot it in Hollywood and we shot it in Tampa, Florida. And one of the scenes was shot on a sandbar, which most of you know already. It's a little tiny island with nothing on it. It's real small, and people go there and they party. And so we get to this little island, and this guy with the headphones, his title is PA, personal assistant, the director, and he comes over and he tells us, listen guys, we're gonna be here for a couple of hours. If you need to use the facilities, these are your options. There's no plumbing here. You can either go in the water, or you can go to those bushes over there. It's up to you. And I'm like, I'm fine, I already went. 2 hours, no problem. 4 hours later. What do you need? Listen, bro, you guys said we were only gonna be here for like 2 hours. It's going on 5. My stomach is killing me. What's the story? We're gonna be here for like another 3. The director has some more shots. Oh, you have your options. Thanks. So the first thing I look at is the water, okay? And to put it into perspective for you guys, the water's like right there, okay? And all the actors are like right there, okay? So it's like, are you kidding me? I'm not gonna go pop a squat in the water in front of all those actors just so somebody can walk by and go, Fluffy's killing fishes. No. So I take a stroll out to the bushes, right? So I start walking out to the bushes, my stomach is killing me. And fortunately, by the time I got there, my stomach had settled. So I no longer had to go number 2. But since I was there, you know, go make it rain, you know what I'm saying? So I'm in the bushes and I'm doing my thing, and all of a sudden I start hearing noises, just and you know how you could just feel when somebody's standing like right next to you? And I couldn't turn around because, you know, I was doing my thing. All of a sudden, I see a shadow, a long shadow, and it's coming in my direction. And I see that and I'm like, ha ha, funny Joe, that's funny. All of a sudden that shadow started to pee. And I was like, oh my God, it's real. Now curiosity has me. I gotta find out who the hell the owner. So really quick, I'm just like, you know, oh my God. All right. The majority of the shots in the movie Magic Mike are shot inside of a strip club, okay? It's on a stage, and I'm very comfortable up here. But the cool part for me is I'm on the side of the stage inside of a DJ booth, so I don't have any worries. The director comes up to me and he says, listen, Gabe, you got all your speaking roles in the film, but in addition to that, you are the key background in every shot when it comes to the dancers. He goes, the guy on stage is the eye candy, but you're the guy that provides the ear candy, and you need to express yourself and give me energy. Can you do that? Yes, sir. Let's do this. Next thing I know, all right, everybody, here we go. And quiet on the set. And action. All of a sudden, the dancing. Dancer comes out, camera starts panning just like that one, right? And all of a sudden, I'm in my DJ booth and I start DJing it up. The director comes out from behind the camera, crosses the stage, and gets in my face. That's what I'm talking about. Give me more. I'm like, okay. All right, here we go. Quiet on the set and action. And I take off. The movie comes out. I attend the screening of the film with my girlfriend at Warner Brothers Studios. We're sitting there and we're waiting for that part to come up. And I tell her, baby, it's coming, watch. Sure enough, the camera starts panning. And you see the dancer, you can't even see his head. All you see is his body all freaking ripped and moving. And in the background, in the DJ booth, you cannot see any of the DJ equipment because it's all below the line of the camera. All you see in the background is some chubby pervert in a box having the time of his life. And my girlfriend's like, oh, you're gay. I guess so. And that was my Hollywood debut right there. And in addition to that, there was a couple of other things that happened in this movie that I gotta share because you're never gonna hear about them in a DVD bonus. One of the characters in the movie, his name in the movie is Big Dick Richie. I'll leave it at that. He's played by an actor named Joe. Joe's a cool guy. I met him out, we became buddies after the movie, and nice guy. He's big, he's ripped, okay? And his whole thing is he comes out on stage and he's dancing behind a silhouette. So all you see is the shadow of him dancing for 3 minutes. And after the 3rd minute, he grabs his G-string, and this is how he finishes his performance. He tears it off, exposing a shadow of, Now, in real life, Joe does not possess. It's more like, row. Don't laugh too hard, that's most of us, okay? Now, because they needed to make this scene happen and we're shooting it in Hollywood, they made a phone call to an adult film company that was up the street, and they got a hold of their props department. And they said, basically, what we need is about 45 impressive male rubber parts to be brought down to the set of the movie Magic Mike so we can attach one of them to an actor for a scene. It took maybe 30 minutes for some guy to show up with a big trunk on the set. And you could just tell he did not belong, you know what I mean? And Channing Tatum saw him and he goes, "Are you the guy?" "I'm the guy." And he brought him inside the house, and he got all the actors around the kitchen table, and he told the guy, he says, "Listen, bro, dump it out right here, all of it." And the guy opens up the trunk, and he dumps out all of these big freaking, it made a mountain. And all the actors were just standing there, just staring like, oh my God. All of a sudden, the 12-year-old came out of all of us because we all grabbed one and started playing Star Wars. Just, bend over, you will. And that's something you're not going to hear about in E-True. I'm on the set of the movie Magic Mike. The movie is directed by a director named Steven Soderbergh, who's an amazing, amazing director. He's done a lot of great films. And, of course, Channing Tatum's in the movie. In addition to him, there's an actor by the name of Matthew McConaughey who's attached to the movie. I'm a huge fan of Matthew McConaughey, okay? When I found out I was gonna work with him, I was so excited. And people say, really, you get excited? You get starstruck? Hell yeah, I'm a comedian, not an actor. So I show up, and immediately they send me to the makeup trailer that's parked outside. So I go inside the makeup trailer, I sit down, they start working on my hair, they start putting makeup on me, and in comes Matthew McConaughey. And he sits down in the chair next to me, and I start freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, that's Matthew McConaughey. Oh my God. And now I decide to introduce myself before I did or said something stupid, right? So I look over at him and I say, "Excuse me, Mr. McConaughey, how you doing? My name is Gabriel Iglesias. I'm gonna be playing the part of Tobias, the club DJ, and I just wanted to say hello, and it's an honor to work with you." And in my head, I'm like, I hope he's the same guy. I hope he's the same person from the movies. I hope his voice is the same. I hope his accent's the same. And he looks at me and he says, "All right." How you doing there, big man? You doing good? I'm doing good. All right. And I'm spazzing out. And they pull my ass out of the trailer and they take me onto the set. And after I performed in the Middle East, I had one of the longest flights of my life coming home. It's probably about a 26-hour trip, okay? We left out of Kuwait, and we had about 4 stops. It was long. When I got home, I was so tired. I turned on my phone to check my messages, and I had a voicemail message from a guy by the name of Channing Tatum, okay? Now, for those of you not wooing, let me explain who that is. Channing Tatum is the new Hollywood hot guy. He's the guy that comes out on all these movies, really good looking, ripped. He's making a lot of films. And there's a voicemail on there from him. Gabriel Iglesias, this is Channing Tatum. Please call me at your earliest convenience, blah, 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 you know. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I called him up. You know, hello. I go, hi, this is Gabriel Iglesias. I'm calling for Mr. Channing Tatum. He yells, Fluffy! Hello? Oh, dude, man, I'm a huge fan. Hey, listen, bro, really quick, I only have like a minute. Look, bro, I'm doing a new movie, and I want to see if you're interested in reading and auditioning for one of the parts. I go, sure, bro. I'd be happy to audition for your movie. What's it called? He goes, the movie's called Magic Mike. I was like, okay, Magic Mike. So you need a magician, you need an assistant, you want to saw me in half. What's gonna happen? Actually, bro, the movie has nothing to do with magic. It's actually a movie about male strippers. I said, male strippers? He goes, yeah, male strippers. I said, you do know that this is Gabriel Iglesias, right? He goes, you're funny, bro. Listen, we've already got the dancers, but we need somebody to play the DJ at the club. Will you audition for the part? I said, you know what, bro? I'll be there, okay? And just to let you guys know, because some people have asked me in the past, how come you're not in more movies? Because you have to audition. And I don't like auditions because they treat you like crap. Auditions are very cold and they make you feel like shit. They seriously do. You work really hard to memorize all your lines, and you show up and you try to do your thing, and they cut you off really quick. You're in there and you're like, okay, so who am I hold on. Oh, okay, hold on. Hey, how's it going? Don't talk to him. All right, no problem. Okay. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Quick question. How much energy do you want? You don't know? That's why I'm asking. And when you're done, you try to ask him more questions. Like, is this okay? Would you like me to go again? Thank you. I've had the fingers this so many times, and it hurts. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And you're sitting in your car and you're crying. They don't like me. It's a terrible feeling, so I don't like putting myself through that. But since I got a phone call from the guy, I'm like, all right, I hope it's a little bit different.